The tag on my chest read, Housekeeper. The laughter around me grew louder, though no one had told a joke. His mother's voice cut through the clatter of champagne glasses. "You're just staff here." Her smirk told me it wasn't a mistake. The tag was deliberate. No chair, no plate, no place. When the servers passed by with trays of food, my husband leaned close enough for me to smell the whiskey on his breath. His chuckle was low, cruel. Food is for family. I stood, calm, slow, slid the ring from my finger. Then, "I'm no longer yours." His smile vanished. But that was only the beginning. The beginning. We hadn't started like this. Once, he looked at me as though I was the answer to a question he hadn't dared to ask. I was working late shifts at the gallery. He was the charming stranger who stayed until closing just to talk. He told me I was his escape, his peace. He said he didn't care that I came from nothing, that my father fixed cars and my mother scrubbed houses. "You're different," he whispered against my hair, "not like them." I believed him. For years I built a home around that lie. The discovery. The cracks came small. His late nights brushed off with careless excuses. The way his phone never left his pocket. The way he began introducing me at parties with a smile too polished, as though he'd rehearsed the words. Then came the message. Not meant for me, but delivered to my inbox by accident. His sister's name lit the subject line, but it was his mother's words inside. "Keep her quiet. She's a servant, not family." And his reply, cold as stone, "Don't worry, she'll learn her place." I stared at that screen until the letters blurred. Then I closed it. I didn't scream, I didn't cry. I began to plan. The shift. Emotion is their weapon. Control is mine. I studied, slowly, quietly. The bank accounts he thought I knew nothing about. The property deeds tucked into his office safe. The investments he had signed under my name because he thought I wouldn't understand. He underestimated me. Always had. Each signature he pushed toward me without explanation became my weapon. Each patronizing laugh when I asked a question became evidence. He had made me the co-owner of his empire without realizing it. And when I was ready, I waited for the perfect stage. His sister's engagement. The night they wanted me humiliated. The execution. They thought the humiliation ended when I walked out. They didn't notice the lawyer in the corner, watching, or the photographer I'd hired, capturing every sneer, every word, every empty plate on the table where my chair should have been. The footage spread quietly at first, to the board members of his company, to the investors who prided themselves on family values. Then came the freeze. Accounts drained, legally. Property transferred, legally. Because while he was drinking and laughing and treating me like staff, I was filing, signing, securing. By the time he realized, the papers were already stamped. He wasn't the owner anymore. I was. The confrontation. The last time we stood face to face was in the same dining room where it began. Empty now. No music. No laughter. Just him, hunched over the table, staring at the documents spread before him like the remains of a slaughter. "You ruined me," he whispered. I sat opposite him, calm, my hands folded. "No, you ruined yourself. I just collected the pieces." His eyes were wild, searching for weakness, for mercy, but there was none left. He reached for me then, desperate, not in love, in need. And I leaned back, out of reach. "Food is for family," I said softly, letting his own words finish the execution. The resolution. The world thinks revenge is fire and fury. They're wrong. Revenge is silence, paperwork, precision. Revenge is watching the arrogant fall into the pit they dug while you stand clean on the other side. I left him there with his empty glass, his ruined name, his silence. Now, when people ask what I do, I smile. I run a company. And sometimes, late at night, I take the old wedding ring from the drawer. Hold it. Remember. Not with sadness, with clarity. Because once, I thought I was nothing more than a housekeeper in their eyes. Now, they serve me. And that was always the plan.